Hi everyone. So I decided today that I'll make a small version of a stand-up tree. And the wire that I'm using is 20 gauge, and I got this on Amazon, and I'm using brown. It's an aluminum wire. It's really soft and I like it. So I've gone ahead and cut my wire 10 inches long, and there are 64 wires. I did that because I have them in multiples of 16. You don't have to count. I don't know if I will or not, but we'll see. So what I'm going to do now is, there's no right or wrong way. Just figure out, I'm going to use a zip tie first of all, and I'm going to figure out how long I want my trunk. So I'll put the zip tie where I want the roots. So say right about there. Let me see how long that is. That is about 3 inches for the roots. And oops, got a piece of wire on my cutter. That should be sufficient. I mean, there's no really like right or wrong way to do it. On the one that I had posted and everybody said, oh yeah, I'd like to see a stand-up tree, I did not twist the trunk. Thinking I don't want to really twist it like I do on regular trees in a hoop, but I will give it just a gentle turn. And that went up a little bit, just enough so that it stays in a shape rather than separating like it does. See how that separates? Just that little gentle, just the heat from your hand and the softness of the wire, just a little, just like that. And that'll work for me. I'm not going to do the roots yet. I see some of them have already slipped up, which is fine, they're roots. I'm not worried about that. But what I will do is start doing my branches, my limbs. So I'm thinking a little bit longer. I want it to be proportionate. It doesn't have to be a huge tree. It's not going to be a huge tree. This one here is just basically to show you how I did it. Keep in mind, I did this 11 years ago, so it's been a minute. So I think what I'll do, because they're in multiples of 16, I think I'll take out 8. Not that one. I actually have made these without even counting. Just grab a bunch of wires, and especially because it's aluminum, you can do anything with it. And it's really great for hands that hurt. My hands hurt. So I did take those other ties out. I don't know if I'm going to use them. I think I did when I made them before, but I made real big trees. 2, 3. Okay, so there's 8 and 8. I think what I'll do, I think I'll twist that just once, just to establish, or twice, just separate them a little bit, and we'll see. They don't all have to be in sections like I do. I count my sections in my other work, but they don't all have to be like this. You can make small branches, big branches. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Just kind of comes together, I guess. I wish I was the kind of person that could say, yeah, measure them this much and cut this long, and I'm just not that person, guys. So for everyone that's new here, I don't edit, and I am not your typical creator. I just do things as they come to me. without any rhyme or reason. I just throw something together and keep myself busy, and I love what I do, so I decided to share it. And that's why I'm here. That's how I became part of this group. Okay, so there's 8. Do I want to just twist 8? Well, I think I will. Doesn't have to be anything, see, I don't want them to separate like that. Just throw it together. Yeah, like that. I like that. I actually think I will do that over here as well. Just separate them. This wire is very, very forgiving, as you can see. And right now, my hands need forgiving wire. Okay. Yeah, I like that. And then I can always come back and tighten up my trunk. I don't want it to be twisted though. I just want it to stay together. Okay, we're gonna leave that one like that. I think what we'll do here, I think I'll twist this one here, 4 and 4. Why not? Right? Some will be longer than others. I think I'll drop 8 over here. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now because it wants to come undone, I'm just going to throw in a little twist, nothing crazy, like that. Now I think I'll take out 8 more. Yeah, that's the last 8. And, well, not the last 8, I still have all these, but do I want to twist them? Maybe I will. I could add them to this one. Nah. Okay, so there's 8. And there's the other 4. So, let's see. I'll bring these ones together and twist those like that. And then I'll twist these 4 and 4 so they're more up into the top. Like that. Now, let's see. So now what I'm going to do is just take a look at my tree. Well, it's a tree. I still have all these Y's here. Let's see what I'm going to do here. Those are twisted into 8 and 8, right? Yeah, so I'm going to leave that. That's a big section. And this one here, it'll be 4 and 4. By that I mean there's 8 Y's, and I just separate them into 2 separate sections, and I'm going to twist those together. Which I did that on all of them except for this one, and that one there is the one in the center, I guess. So nothing, like no real counting. I did them in multiples of 16 so that I could do that. You know, I could break them down evenly. I would like to, ideally, I don't want it to be even, but I want it to be full. Yeah, that's the word. I want it full. And I think I'm going to just slide that up a little bit. That's why I'm waiting on the roots. I actually twisted out a bigger tree. And I may or may not. I did record it. This is it. It's not done. I just twisted out the basics of it. But it was really hard to see it because it's so tall. And my setup is closer to my hands. So that right there would have to be done in my other space that I work that isn't, I'd have to use the stand-up tripod. And then I did cut more wire, and this one here is cut huge. This one here is, let's see, 36 inches long, and there's 64 of those. I did the same in multiples of 16. But anyway, so I don't think I'm going to use those right there, but I might just put one up at the top, a zip tie, just so that when I twist down my my branches, I don't want them to go too low. I want them to kind of stay where they're at. I like where they're at. I like the space from my trunk, and I don't want to lose any of that. And then the roots, I think that should be okay. We'll see. And if it's not, I can slide the zip ties. Oops. Okay. So, let's see. What are we going to do next? Where are we going to start? I think we'll start right here. Just give them all a little twist. I want to make sure that they stay nice. They don't have to be perfect. I want them to look like they're all coming out from a different spot of the tree, because I'm going to come back in with my round nose pliers and just give them everything a bend that I don't do with my fingertips. Okay, now let's work on the branches. Okay, I'm going to just separate them into 2 and 2 and twist them out a little bit, like that, a little more. And I'll do the same over here. Oh, that angle, if you can see. Just gonna twist it. Doesn't have to be the same length. Matter of fact, I don't think I want it the same length, so I don't. A few more. I'll come back to it. I just want to get them all started out. With this one here, I think I'll twist a little bit longer. This limb, I don't want it as short as that one. Like that. Yeah, that'll work. Now I'll throw a few twists in here, the branch. So the long wire that I cut, 36 inches, I was thinking, I folded it in half. And I'm thinking I could do one or two things. I can just twist out a big tree, or I can bead it first and then twist it out, or I can twist it out and then bead it after. I think it's easier beading, but I've done these and beaded them, but I've beaded them after, and it's a little tricky because you don't want it. You want the ends to look good. You have to kind of like put your beads and then twist them under, and I just don't know if I can do that. If I have it, like, if I care that much. I don't know how easy it would be if I just made the branches and then just twisted them all together. Not assemble a tree. Do it the same way as this. Just have all the beads and branches, then mark it off, my roots, and then see what happens. I mean, that could be interesting, actually. We'll see. That's something to think about. So I am excited to share something with you. Years ago, after I had my surgery on my hand, well, one of my surgeries, I actually found the paperwork for that. And that was done on May 11th of 21. So yeah, that's when I got my bone out and trigger and just everything. So I see my doctor on the 11th of September to reevaluate both hands because I'm having some difficulty, as you know, the ones that have been here for a bit. But anyway, long story short, my physical therapist, who worked relentlessly on both of my hands after surgery, she had a Theraspar, like a hot wax treatment she used to do on my hands. And you dip your hands into this wonderful, warm, it's hot, but it's not hot to, it's a comfortable temperature. And then you slip your hands in a bag and then into, she had a hydroxylator and a towel and all that. I don't. I just have like mitts. And let me tell you guys, it is the greatest feeling in the world. So I had bought the unit years ago, and then moving, it got packed away, and well, I found it, and I ordered the wax. I got lavender scent wax, and I had some clear, so I'm going to do that later, because my hands will love it, and I might record it just to show you. It's great for arthritis, and it's very therapeutic, and because I have a skin condition, and my hands look like yuck, I think I might just do that. Might record it. The unit itself was very expensive, actually. My husband, and it was over 200 bucks. My husband and my son bought it for me after surgery, and even back 11 years ago, I have had surgery for many years in physical therapy, but this unit I got after my last surgery, and my physical therapist used it, so now I bought it, and now I'm going to use it, and I'm going to show you just how great it is. And you all know I have hangnails and just psoriasis. We'll see what it does for my hands now. I know it'll feel good. Let's see if it does anything for the appearance. I am not that girl for manicures and just no. Used to be. Right now my hands are working hands. And if you are like me and you work with wire, manicures don't last. And I'm not high maintenance. I used to be. I'm too old for that, guys. If I can't do it myself, it just don't get done. So, anyway, yes, I chit chat. I'm not sorry. No, not sorry. I chit chat here a lot because I spend a lot of time alone. Everybody's working, so I talk to cats and you. And I've played around with my phone and found a few new features. I can make a collage of photos. That's how I shared past work. And I take a bow for a job well done. I did not know I could do that. As you know, I cannot edit, but that was fun. It made it so that I could share, and yeah, that was exciting. I'm still working on it, and then I forgot what I did, so I had to redo it and jot it down so I'd remember. Okay, so this is what the tree's looking like. It's not too shabby, considering it's been a minute. I'm just going to keep twisting. I think I will definitely put beads on those long wires. I even know how to speed it up so I can sit down for hours and bead. See, it's not quite editing. I came across that feature by accident. It was on accident, not on purpose, but I have not tried it. But if I'm sitting at my table for 4 hours throwing beads, because I can do that, guys. It's a thing, you know. I can do it and then just speed it up into a minute or two. Let me see what I'm doing. Put it to some music. I learned how to do that all by myself. I am so proud. Yeah, I'm old. I'm old school. My daughter-in-law to be, wedding's coming up real soon. She got a hot air fryer. I know there's a thing, and I remember years ago my husband was going to buy me one. I was like, yeah, no. I'm old school. I'll cook, but I don't need the gadgety things. She's like, oh, come on, try it. Nope, I'm all set. So she's got all these new gadgets, and I'm just not interested. But I did learn how to do a few tricks with my phone. And now it's like, okay, do I just put this to music? Because I can. Before I could only do it if it was a short. Because of all my jibber jabber baloney, or do I just post it the way it is? Well, not at all. I don't know yet. No, that was never a problem before. Before I just post it. Excuse me. Just to get totally off of trees and stuff, I've been noticing that there's like a lot of recalls on produce. And for those of you that I'm fortunate enough to have had here for, since I've been here, you know, I don't eat meat. I mean, I'll eat fish, but just shrimp. Like I just don't like it. And a while ago, I had some bok choy, which is one of my favorites, and it's a dirty vegetable anyway, you really have to wash it, but man, there was a slug in it. So I've not had that for a minute because of that. So now, yesterday, I mean, it's organic, it's triple washed baby spinach. Now, this is triple washed, okay, and it was shipped. So I'm just picking off the little stem things. And not only did I find a ladybug in there, which is like, oh, okay, well, you have good luck. I'm not going to eat any of that now. But I found a grasshopper in the lettuce. Like, I mean, in the baby spinach that's triple washed organic. It's okay. Because it's to the point now that I'm just totally grossed out by vegetables. I wish I had a homestead. I grew my own stuff. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Okay, let's see. We're getting close to the end of twisting here. I don't really see that much more. Oh, it's going to be shaping up this tree. How long has this been? 23 minutes. Not long. Not long at all. Basically, this was just to give you an idea on how to start a tree if you want to make a tree that's standing. Because I mean, it's always good also to have a base in mind, which I do not. And I already did one larger that I showed you just now, just a minute ago. But I'm just, like I said, I haven't done this in a minute. It's been like over 10 years. And I put the other ones just on a piece of slate. I think my husband found it somewhere at work on the lot. It's like he takes care of everything. He does everything. But he found a big piece of granite, like slate. Those ones that I posted, there was one on a white piece and then one on a big black piece. Those were just found outdoors. It's like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to put anything on. I haven't thought about it. I think I'm going to twist this whole thing right here because I want it to come a little bit lower. This wire is very soft, but after you twist it, it does stiffen up. I'm less afraid of it breaking than I am my other wire, but it will definitely not be this soft after a bit. So Anyway, just to give you an idea, if you want to make a stand-up tree, there's so many wonderful wire workers that do great realistic bonsai, and I'm just not that girl. But I did want to share this with you because I've done it in the past, and it's something different. And right now I'm focusing on a few different things that I'll share. But I'm definitely going to bead those brown wires that I got. I mean, they're 36 inches long. They're big. They're very long compared to this. These are not 36 inches long. Okay, look at that. So I'll get back in there with my needle nose pliers, and I will definitely shape this up. But I can't wait to get down to the roots. I'm a root girl. And notice I still hands all over, supporting the work, throwing in twists. I could still bead this if I wanted to. I just don't think I do. Not this one. It's not my favorite. It's a good place to start though after all these years, just to take a break from the hoops, which, you know, those are my favorite. I'm pretty good at it. I think so. I've been having a lot of fun with the bracelets. I have made a whole bunch of them. I have them put away. I do have a few orders for them, and one of the summer places that I sell to, vacation spot, this summer I made 50, and they requested more last month and I declined. So it's usually just one order per season. You know, I've been doing them for this would be the 4th summer in a row. And the biggest order was for 75. This year I did 50. I just wasn't feeling it. And then shipping and all that, so it's like, well, it's not that far away from me, but far enough. So, anyway, let's just take a look at this tree. It's not too shabby once I trim it all up. Figure out what I'm going to do with these branches. I don't know yet. I'll know once I trim them. Maybe I'll start trimming some of them now, the ones that are really long. I don't know if I want to cut these off completely or leave some. I'm going to leave some, and then I'll bend it up a little bit with the round nose pliers because I like to do that. Let's make this one longer. If you can even see what I'm doing. So if you've never made a stand-up tree, I feel like I've never made one, even though I have, it's just been a long time. But with this wire, it's really easy. As you know, I do have a favorite artist, and I have called out her channel many, many times. And she does a lot of bonsai stuff, but and she does use the regular 22 gauge wire that I use, and other brands, not the aluminum, which the project that I posted on past projects had a mirror and a frame. Actually, that was a gift that it was requested that I make something for an anniversary gift. No, it was a Valentine's Day gift from a gentleman, and I made that. And I made it 2 separate ways, and I made it with the 22 gauge wire. So, and it came out quite pretty. I actually enjoyed that project. It had the lotus on a mirror. It was pretty. So, and that actually, the lotus votive I got on Amazon, it was like $10. I got the mirror there as well. I think that was like $10. So for what it cost me to make it and the price that I charged for it, I made a good sale on that. So you can sell your stuff. I'm not really that into the selling part like I was. I mean, I have stuff on Etsy, but I have not updated that because I can only do it on my phone, and my son doesn't have time anymore, so he's getting married and I'm old. So the technology part, I'm just not up to date with it. Back in my day, my typewriter had a ribbon and keys. Yeah, guys. So anyway, I think I want to, I started trimming this. I feel like doing roots. How long? What time is it? About a half an hour. Alright, I can always come back and mess around with that. This was just basically to give you an idea on how to get started. If you want to do a stand-up tree, this would sit nicely on something. So let me just, sorry, I need to press. I have something here. I wouldn't put it on this, but I have a shell. It's good to have a base. This will probably go nice on a rock or something, but just to give you an idea. Could put it on that. I actually have, I think I put it in my craft drawer. It's a log. I had used it for, I had made something else on it and took it off because it was awful. I didn't like it, but I think this would be too big for it. I was thinking on doing that. It's a piece of like driftwood log with holes in it, and I had done something with it with the clear lights and stainless steel wire, and I had it on my workspace. There's photos of it somewhere in there, even in shorts, but I still have the log. I was thinking on doing something with driftwood and shells. Alright, so now that I have these kinda sectioned off, see, I like it to come from behind a little bit. I don't know if you can even see that. And I'm just gonna separate and twist as many as I can get. Do them in 2s and 4s, but I will keep them in 2s and 4s. I know it's hard to see doing it at this angle, but my wrist clicking away. So if it's not the left, it's the right. It's a thing, I guess. Okay. I like how this comes up and over. I think that looks kind of cool. I mean, I could bring it back this way, but I like it like that. If you had looked, or if you care to look, I had posted a couple of shorts, and they are of trees. And one of the places that my husband and I love to walk in the summer after we walk the beach, and I posted roots. Oh, beautiful, beautiful roots. It reminds me of the ones that I posted, projects from the past I had done on the slate. They had really nice roots. That's kind of what it just gave me the idea to mess around with it in my head to do a stand-up tree. I actually have a big piece of, it's a slice of a tree. I don't know what you call it. It's unfinished wood. The inside has the rings and the outside has like a bark. Yeah, it's very commonly used. I bought it and I never used it. Maybe for something big. I don't know yet. I'm not that person that says you need this, this, and this, and you cut this and twist this many times. I'm not that girl. Sorry. I wish I could be, but I can't. But I can make a pretty tree of life in a hoop. And I can show you how to fix a mistake. I promise. Okay. I think that we're getting close to calling this part 1. Let me take a little break and have some coffee. Alright guys, so let's see, how much time? 36 minutes. And we have the tree, it's twisted out. We've got the roots started. We'll call this part 1, and I will see you back for part 2. Thanks guys. Not bad. We'll see you soon.